Hello. Let's see. We're live on Facebook. I'm just gonna wait to go live on the rest of the channels over here. Let's see. So I wanted to make sure I went live before the afternoon started, because it seems weird to record a coffee show in the afternoon. So this is episode 3 of Coffee with Riley. For you loyal listeners, you guys are kind of aware what this show is by now. Mostly it's just me hanging out and rambling and trying to bring something of value. So let me just update you guys a little bit on what's been going on in my life. I decided to start like a publishing organization. This podcast is going to be just one avenue of the publishing company, and something else that we're working on is releasing an app. We actually just published it on the Google Play Store. It's called Marketing 101. We kind of had some branding confusion. So when we started the Google Play account, it was under something else, under a different product that we're going to be selling. But then we've realized that, hey, maybe we should. Anyways, I put the link in the comments so you guys can just click on it and just it's only available on Google Play right now. We haven't published to the Apple Store yet. Their turnaround time is a little bit longer, and we're still making some adjustments and stuff like that. But I wanted to get it on the Play Store just to start getting some people to check it out. So what it's going to do is it has a bunch of content available on it. It has a bunch of ebooks on marketing, influencer marketing, handbooks, where to buy traffic, stuff like that. And then we also have video trainings available on it as well. I'm going to be going live and doing special trainings in that app. And then also we have a little chat room feature. So anybody on the app that's logged in can go in and get some advice, get some help. I know that this marketing thing, or just the whole life thing, it's kind of hard. It's good to be able to reach out and get some help. So I'm looking to kind of start a community, or and have the app kind of serve as the focal point to it. So it's going to be a place that you learn, and a place that you connect, and a place that hopefully is going to help your financial prosperity in the long run. Marketing is like very lucrative, right? It's extremely lucrative, and if you can learn it, it's great. You can pretty much guarantee yourself success in life. So anyways, I think we're pretty much live wherever we are. So with that, let's get started with the podcast. So this is episode 3 of Coffee with Riley. And so, I don't I didn't really have anything to bring to you guys, but I wanted to make sure that I just came out and made some content. So one of the things that I've been realizing is the power of consistency, and how consistency over time is like the X factor, right? In terms of getting results. Let me just take a sip real quick. So, listen, I am definitely not the person to be preaching consistency. But one of the things that I've been noticing, and, once again, this podcast is really just me just teaching myself. One of the things that I've been noticing is the amount of results that come when consistency is applied over time. So there's like a crazy glare on my monitor. Um, in terms of anything, it's not just like working on a project. It's really anything. It's it's consistency and focus, right? I kind of see those things as like one and the same in terms of like you know what I'm talking about, like uh, what would you call it? Like manifestation, right? Um, Consistency and focus over time are really the things that bring whatever you're trying to bring into fruition, and there really aren't anything else. So a lot of times, I get distracted, right? And I think that there may be things that will get me closer to my goal other than consistency and focus. And a lot of times that's like maybe starting other things that I think are going to get me closer to something. And the problem is that, each thing demands a certain amount of consistency and focus in order to happen. And if you are taking that and applying it to something else, and then making something else that demands consistency and focus. So now you have two things, and you don't finish either of those, and then you go and start a third thing. It You never get anything done, right? And all of that, like consistency and focus, could have been applied to the first thing that would have actually been successful. I hear a lot of times like entrepreneurs that are like the thought leaders, they get questions like, "Hey, how do you know when to give up?" Like, how do you know, like, how do you decide when something's not working? Um, and I think this is really interesting because it shows, where that person is operating from in terms of, why they're doing something, right? Um, but the answers they always give are they're they each have their own answers. Some people are like, listen, if you're doing something for 12 years, it's probably time to give up. But the thing is like, I think that's the wrong question, right? Like, why? I don't know. Giving up to me, it's like, it's, I'm one of those people that really believe that, like, if you, like, literally anything is possible as long as you keep trying. I, I believe that since I was a kid. Um, and I've seen some crazy shit happen, but yeah, I know. Like some people, I guess they don't believe that, right? And they need to see it to believe it. I don't know. It's just kind of strange. But the goddamn dog's barking. Those kind of people don't really apply consistency and focus. Hold on. Sorry, my dog likes to bark. Well, it's my girlfriend's dog, but I guess it's my dog too. Um, Hold on a sec. Okay, so consistency and focus. For me, it like I find it hard to do. But the thing is when I only find it hard to do when I think about doing it. Uh, my natural state is kind of to just go and do it, right? But what I've noticed is, a lot of times our mind kind of just plays tricks on us, right? So if we think, if we get outside of the doing of something, we start to have problems, right? Uh, when we start thinking and projecting forward, I kind of talked about this in the last episode where you're living in the future, um, and it's taking you out of the right now, so you can't do that thing that needs to be done. So the amount of time that you're spending thinking this isn't possible, um, like this isn't going to work. All of that time is it's literally wasted time. But it's not only that, it's it's what's making it not possible because you're not working on it. You know what I mean? So uh these things become self-fulfilling prophecies, and so that's why I think it really comes down to like thought and belief. And so it's wherever you're starting from, whatever frame of reference you have. People talk about like world views, and I hear other people take world views and you know they they turn that into frames, like whatever frame you're looking through. um it's it's really like, what's your temperament, right? Are you negative or are you positive? And the thing is if you're like, most of us are negative. Most of us, I'm negative. I have a negative temperament. But the thing is, you have to realize where you're coming from. And when you can consciously see that, like, okay, this is how I usually act, then you can start changing that, right? So when it comes to consistency and focus, if your pattern of behavior, your temperament leads you to consistently focus on the negatives, um, then you need to become aware of that. Becoming aware of the pattern of behavior will allow you to change your focus. And it makes doing things a hell of a lot easier because you're not focused on what's going wrong. You're not even focused on what's going right. You're just focused on doing, like getting it done. And if ask anybody who loves what they do, and they'll tell you that's it. I mean, the state is called flow. It's just it's a brain, it's a wavelength of your brain that's just like, it's really nice to operate in. Like, everything's seamless. It's, you're not really thinking about things. You're just doing. Um, any of us can get into this state, but we have to sh- not shut off, but we can't get caught up in the negative mantra that tends to run through our head. Um, what I like to do is use those as focal, like fulcrum points or focal points. I don't know, but I like to use it as a point for me to flip and change that into like a positive thought. So whenever I notice it, I just flip it. It's that easy. Um, if you're able to see things from both perspectives, if you're able to have a conversation with somebody and not getting an argument, then you're able to flip a negative thought to a positive one. It's that easy. You just have to do it. I know this seems kind of like weird and meta, but it's very applicable because what I notice is no matter how old people get, they still want things. They want a girlfriend, they want a wife, they want kids, they want success, money, whatever, a house, a car. Um, the thing is we all know what we need to do to get these things. Because this want, like, you're not going to want something if you know it's not possible. None of us really do that. Because it creates a state of angst in us that is unhealthy to live with. So it's not natural for us to want something that's impossible to have. Um, but a lot of us think that what we want is impossible to have, or we tell ourselves that what we want is impossible to have. And so therefore we don't get it because we're focused on how it's impossible to get it. So obviously you don't get it. Um and that's just it's not the appropriate mindset, the mind state, the right avenue of approach to be taking to get something that you want. So it's like, you know, how do you think, where do you sit at the table, realizing that, and then, you know, if you're actually like being honest with yourself, uh, changing the approach if it deems necessary. Um, yeah. So, and then consistency and effort applied over time, which we're all familiar with. We've all seen the results of what happens when we do that. And the thing is like we can get in our own way and act like it's other things, act like it's our natural talent. We can act like it's our money, we can act like it's our position, our good looks. It's not any of that. We know what it is. It's consistency and effort applied over time. That's what gets the results. So, and focusing on the work. So that's pretty much all I had today. I got a lot of work I want to get done. But I wanted to come on and just let you guys know that like it's whatever you're working on, like whatever you're aspiring for. First of all, don't live in that future. I know a lot of people say like, imagine you already have it. Yeah, but imagine you already did the work to get it. You know what I mean? That's what's going to make it easier to do the work. Um, but it's right there. It's like literally all you got to do is just do the work. Uh, Whatever you need to learn it. It's not hard to learn it. You just got to do it. So that's all I got for today. And with that, we're going to wrap up this episode. Also, if you're interested in learning marketing, or anything, along those lines, maybe you just want to learn how to, you know, do things on the internet, how to make a podcast or anything like that, um, check out the app that I was talking about in the beginning of the episode. That's available on the Google Play Store. There's a link to it in the show notes. And we're going to be releasing the Apple version pretty soon as well. A couple more tweaks we got to make to it. We'll be consistently optimizing it, adding new stuff to it all the time. So you can go there right now and get some live trainings. There's a social part to it, so you can keep in touch with fellow marketers and stuff like that. Chat room, so you can ask questions, and a bunch of ebooks available. So head on over there. The app is called Marketing 101. You might be able to find it if you look for it in the Google Play Store, but you can just click the link in the show notes and download it. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back soon. Also, rate and review if you like this episode. Thanks.